This week in ADHD, I remembered I like Warhammer. So I bought some. That's upside down. This is kind of going along with the mindset I've changed to recently of letting myself enjoy other hobbies that I have in the past. So this is one of the ones that came to mind when I saw there was a new edition of Warhammer 40k coming out. I wasn't the biggest fan of Warhammer 40k. I enjoy it. I still like it. I want to play it again. But I was a big fan of fantasy. Unfortunately, they blew that world up and replaced it with Age of Sigmar, which it's kind of... I'm not going to get into my qualms with it necessarily here, but needless to say, I bought the set, I bought some models, I'm going to play and paint. But I wanted to keep doing these videos kind of talking about the other things I'm into to kind of reinforce that mindset of it's okay to have more than one thing that you enjoy. Don't pigeonhole yourself into just one thing. Let yourself explore other options, other hobbies. Have something that maybe addresses one thing you like and other things that tackle other things that you like. Now, a lot of my hobbies tend to target similar mindsets or aspects of things I enjoy, but in different ways. I don't know why I've still got this on my lap. It's not like you can see me holding it. But for those of you that don't know, and that would probably be all of you, I actually worked at Games Workshop as a red shirt way long ago, and I got into Warhammer in middle school, I think. So like second edition of Warhammer, so way back. And it was something that not only fed creativity because, you know, you're painting your own models and doing artistic stuff like that and you kind of personalize them and things, but there's also this whole huge world for Warhammer, and that was interesting to me. The lore aspect and the history behind things and like why these other armies exist and how they interact and all these kind of interesting facets of the world or universe that they've created for Warhammer, both 40k and fantasy. And then unsurprisingly, I realized that I could be competitive with it, and that, well, that just sealed the deal there. But before I get all sidetracked by, you know, why and how I got into this hobby and what was appealing about it and all that, I want to kind of address one major fact about this particular hobby. It's expensive. It is not cheap. Like a box of 5 models can cost you upwards of $50+. Like it's not cheap. So this kind of brings me to one of the thoughts I had about this whole like doing multiple things and allowing yourself to enjoy multiple hobbies or things, and it's doing it smartly, like not just throwing thousands of dollars at something and be like, I think that'd be interesting. No, it really wasn't. So can I get my money back? No? Okay. Rip me. So I actually picked up the box set for the newest edition and split it with my brother. He took half of the models from one army, I took the other half for the other army, and we're gonna paint them up and play and have some fun, and I'm not gonna buy any other models until we do so. And I think that kind of measured approach to getting into something is important. Now, for everyone watching that's in the Nerf hobby, you probably approached the Nerf hobby in a similar way. You picked up, you know, 1 or 2 blasters, plinked around with them, had some fun, then, you know, maybe Googled around a bit and went, oh, I can mod these? There's games around here? There's other people that do this? Oh my God. And then you knew you enjoyed it, and then you dove in hard. Because let's be real, you probably dove in hard, which, I mean, we all do it. Well, it's just the big thing is making sure you know you enjoy what you're doing, and, well, of course, make sure you financially can afford to do so. That's kind of important. Another facet of this I want to talk about is that I'm using it as a way to sort of, what's the way to put it? Force myself to not need things to be perfect. That's not easy. Now, not that I put anything out that's perfect, nothing I do is perfect, and that's a problem, but I'm trying to be okay with that. So it's really easy to get caught up painting something and just want it to be the most perfect model you could ever paint up. And that's just not gonna happen for me. I've never been a good painter. Even when I worked at Games Workshop and was painting models to go in the display case to get people to look at them and go, oh, that's cool, I wanna see this, what's this about? Even then, my painting was not that great. I have a basic understanding, knowledge kind of painting, but it's very outdated and very old and very like, I need to refresh and kind of just start from the beginning. And because I'm starting from the beginning, I want to try and approach this as like everything's a learning experience, so I'm getting value out of it, even if the end results aren't good. Even if they're just okay or they're bad, I'm still getting knowledge and experience out of it, and I want to try and take that mindset and then be able to move it to other things as well. So I'm gaining value, not just in this hobby, but in life in general. Also, I want to try and get myself to relax and kind of zone out and just like be focused on painting when I'm painting and use it as kind of like a de-stressor. Hopefully, that's one of the goals. Whether then I'll be able to do it, or if I'll get so focused on wanting to be perfect that I'll fail, but that's the goal. It's what I'm approaching, how I'm approaching this. I feel like I'm saying that a lot, that word, approach. So I've got my models and they're all primed, they're based, they're ready to be painted, and I don't think I'm gonna get to it for this video, but I think I'm gonna follow up on this hobby and keep everyone updated, maybe kind of have this as a part of the channel in the future, kind of that exploration of things, and I'm kind of just taking things in that direction. So we've got like the foundation hobby of Nerf, and then the other things that I enjoyed. And what I'd like to know is if all of you have other hobbies that you consider kind of ancillary or secondary hobbies to like your main hobby that you use. If you need to take a step away from, say Nerf is your main hobby, you need to step away from because a blast you were working on, you busted it, you know, something didn't go right, and now you're frustrated, and you just step away and just be like, okay, gotta relax, breathe, I'm okay with this, I can do something different, kind of just come back with a fresh mind. Do you have other things like that? And if so, what are they? I feel like I'm gonna have a bunch of them, and I'm trying to be okay with that and just enjoy them when I can, and not necessarily need to be 24/7 about them like I can be with Nerf. And I think that's an interesting kind of place to be, to allow yourself to be in. So really my message to you is, if you've got something out there that you think you might be interested in, you might have fun with, let yourself explore it. Just do so in an intelligent and well thought out way. Don't dive in 100% and like spend everything you have only to regret it a week and a half later. Do it measured. Reason things out, watch videos, learn about something, and then decide and kind of like dip your toe in and be like, ooh, this water's nice, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. And then you're like, oh, I do like this, and then you can just dive on in. I don't know why I made that sound effect, but you can have it. And on that note, hit subscribe if you want to come along for the ride, and I'll see you next time.